This is hip hop album debate. Let's get the conversation going. Ain't no time to waste. Yeah, the podcast that I know you've been wanting. They talking real hip hop. Got everybody talking. Let's go. Yeah, keep it 100 and stay true. Hosted by my homie Q. Tune in and come through. Yeah, this be the spot, the number one place all day. This is hip hop album debate. Let's go. Hey, yeah.
Yo, what's up? This your boy Q, and this is Hip Hop Album Debate, the podcast, and this is Off the Record, episode 1. If you guys may know or may not know, I do a poll on YouTube. Usually it's stuff that's not pertaining to hip hop. Sometimes it is, but usually on Mondays I do a poll on YouTube that's business related, investing related. I'm not a professional. I'm learning as we go, but I like to do it on Mondays to kind of thought provoke people to do their homework and to kind of dive into whatever I'm posting about and do your research and come up with your own conclusion as opposed to just going with what somebody else says or advise you or not advising you to do. So last week I did a debate called where the debate went like this. You have a stack on deck, which is a grand, $1,000. You must spend it with Ralph Lauren with two options: buy stock in Ralph Lauren Company or buy clothes in Ralph Lauren Polo. And 75% said they would invest in RL Company or RL Corporation. And 25% said they would spend it on clothes, RL Polo, right? So what prompted this debate was a Young Dro interview that I saw on Flad TV. Shout out to Young Dro, shout out to Flad, shout out to Sean Prez that conducted the interview for Flad. Dro admitted he spent over $4.5 million on clothes, mostly Polo, right? And if anybody was familiar with Young Dro, dude, that's what he was known to rock. Well-dressed brother. Every time I saw him, he was always well-dressed. If I would see him on TV or whatever. Never saw him in person, but, a real fly brother, man, know how to dress or whatever. But interesting enough, Bubba Sparks, shout out to Bubba Sparks, he did an interview on Flad TV. And Sean Prez brought up how much Young Dro spent on Ralph Lauren. And Bubba Sparks was like, hey, I spent at least $3 myself on Polo. So Sean Prez was like, man, you know what? Ralph Lauren should cut hip hop a check, just for all the promoting and this, that, and the third. So my initial thought was, why? Why would Ralph Lauren do that? I mean, number one, he didn't make anybody buy anything. Number two, you can become an owner yourself through stocks, right? So I'm not a stock professional or investment professional or financial advisor or anything like that. But it prompted me to dig into this because I'm like, I know Tommy Hilfiger is a publicly owned company or is owned by a company that's publicly owned. PVH owns Hilfiger, Calvin Klein, and some other brands. So I'm like, I didn't know if Ralph Lauren was publicly owned or not. So I did some digging, and it is. Ralph Lauren went public back in '97 with an IPO of $26 a share. Initial public offering of $26 a share. All right, it closed yesterday at $122.82 a share. So just imagine if anyone who's invested in Ralph Lauren in '97, $26 a share, and look what the shares are worth now. Now, I don't believe in telling people what to do and what not to do with their money. I'm not in the pocket watching, but I will say this. Personally, I've spent about $5,000 on Ralph Lauren throughout the years. I like Ralph Lauren. Well, maybe more than that, but we'll say $7,500. We'll say $5,000 for sure. Had I bought shares, just say in March of '09, it was like an average of $42 a share. So just say if I spent half of what I spent on clothes, spent it on shares, 2,500 at $42 a share. Right now, I would own close to 60 shares in Ralph Lauren Corporation, which would make me an owner, right? And you can do this through any trading platform, right? Open up an account with E-Trade, Ally Invest, Fidelity, Robinhood. They all got their different requirements. I haven't really dug into that. Is it a minimum or whatever? And anybody that's more familiar with this, man, man, hey, I'm more than privileged or more than happy to have you to speak on this, because again, I'm not a financial advisor or anything like that. But I think in the Black community, we really pushing generational wealth, and I think that if we were to kind of reevaluate how we spend our money, I'm included, then maybe we could probably do better, instead of depending on other people to do things for us. And, just being smart, making better decisions. And I think generational wealth doesn't have to come by a rich, flashy person that you would see on TV, as opposed to you could be a regular person, and be successful from a financial standpoint and not look so flashy, if you chose to go that way, So anyway, I'm not here to tell someone what to do or what not to do. I just want to thought provoke you and kind of spark you to go on your own journey in terms of digging into this stuff and make this stuff make sense instead of listening to what someone else says. Because again, why would Ralph Lauren cut you a check? If it were me, I would say, why should I cut you a check, man? Buy into the company. We're a publicly owned company. Buy some shares. You could spend, to have, Young Joe spent 4.5, so he could have spent maybe 2 million in the stocks, Ralph Lauren. And Bubba Sparks could have spent 1.5. Then anytime you see somebody that's rocking polo, you can really smile like, yeah, man, I really like what you're doing. Because you own the company, right? You own shares in the company, so that makes you an owner. So again, not a financial advisor. I think I said that for the umpteenth time. But dig into this stuff, man. Really make this stuff make sense, and so we can kind of become smarter with how we spend our money, So yeah, that's Off the Record, episode 1. Peace.
Hey.